Hello and welcome to the AFL Auto Blends 3D car creation channel. This is the next episode in the 1950s British sports car, which is actually a Jowett Jupiter. And in this episode we'll be tracing out the blueprints for the top view. So making sure that your cursor is set at the world, centre of the world. So if it isn't, press Shift and S. Press Shift and S and click on cursor to world origin, which will put it about there. When you're there, we'll add in a mesh plane. Okay, so we've got a mesh plane. Now immediately press the X key and let's collapse all edges. Let's move this down out of the way. Right, so that leaves one vertex right in the center. I'm going to move it off the center for now. Okay, in the x-axis. I'm going to tab into object mode and I'm going to go into the modifier tab, that little wrench there, and add in a mirror modifier. Enable clipping. So tick that little box there, minimize that, and then we're going to add in a subdivision surface. I'm going to ramp that up to 2 levels and 3 on render. Okay, so now when we move this, that should lock on the x-axis. I don't know why it's not locking on the x-axis. Show clipping. Right. So it's mirroring across there. Right, so let's go tab back into edit mode. Let's put the origin to 3D cursor. So that's there. So there we go. So tab back into edit mode and it'll lock into place there. Once it's there, you won't be able to move it. So I'm just going to move it out of the way again. Disable clipping, move it out of the way and put clipping on. Okay, so where do we start? Okay, well we will put it down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it down to round about here. And all we're doing is tracing around the outline of the body, okay? So that's not very easy to see, but we'll be able to make all these adjustments when we level up things in future episodes. So press E and bring it all the way till it locks in the center there. Move that up just a bit. Try to follow that line all the way around. Okay, so now we're gonna get this center line in. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. So I'm going to so I'm going to press E and extrude on the Y down to here. Not actually extrude, so press Control Z to go back a step. So I'm going to press Shift and D to duplicate that. I'm going to move that down to this bit here. So that will trace around there. So we've got something to go there. So we'll press Shift and D again, move this down to here. So we've got something to extrude around there. And I want to get this shadow line in as well. So press Shift and D and move it down to there. And then another one, Shift and D, and move that one down to there. Now we need a solid line. This is the center of the so put that in, so where the bonnet, the hood line is there. Now this trim, it doesn't look central there, but if you scroll down, this is typical of blueprints. This is why we're doing this. It's in dead center there. but it's not up here, and that's because because there's some perspective in the view. So this is why we're doing this ourselves. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's tab in and see what we've got so far. So that's what we've got so far. So I'm going to press E and Y, move it all the way down to the center here, to the center line of this badge at the front there. So I'm going to move that down to there, and then we can trace around that later. So that's in place. I'm going to take this one, press E and X, and it's locked because of clipping, so I'm going to take clipping off for the time being and press X to move that across. We can put clipping back on later when we need it. So I'll put that right in the center of that that cut line. Okay, so I'm going to press E, go all the way to the end here. I'm going to add in, press Ctrl and R and scroll up until we've got 3. So we want this line to render out properly. Now this one is going down slightly, as you can see, so I'm going to press E and take that down to there, say, and E again and take it down to here, and E across. What's that line there? Right, I'm going to take this E and take that all the way to the end there, and that can form, we can use that line when we do the trace that. So let's just scroll up, bring it in a little bit. Okay, so we're all right now for that. Let's get this line in here. So I want to extrude this down to about here. So bring it all the way down to around about there. That will be the trim on the top of the fender. Now, let's scroll up again so we get this right. Okay, so I'm going to press E and move this to here. E again, move it down to there. Then E again, move it all the way to the end there. Now I'm going to trace around the, we'll go around this way first. So press E. And to get the curve in, we want at least 3 points around the curve, so that when the subdivision's on, you can see it comes out, and we can tidy up these lines later. So we've got this one, just move it, press the shift key to minimize movement. Now I'm going to press E and bring that up to here. This is obviously the wheel arch line. So I'm going to press Ctrl and R and add in 2 loop cuts here. Just going to move that one in slightly. And press E again to here. Where are we going now? E and here. E, you got the picture. To here. Then we'll join these two up. Press F. Okay, so when we tab, that's our line at the moment. It's looking reasonable. Okay, we're looking at this bit. As long as I've got this mirroring over, excuse me, as long as we've got this mirroring over here, I'm not too worried about this, because we'll pick that up with the dimensioning part of it. So let's just bring these in slightly. To get little movements without dragging it, just press G and the left mouse, the left arrow a couple of times. Once you've got that one in place, deselect it by B, middle mouse, and then press G again and do that a couple of times. Okay, so let's get this one. So pick this up, so press E and move this up to, say, around the center line. Then scroll up, press Ctrl R and scroll up to about 3 in here. So that's fine. So we'll tidy all these up a bit later. So show you some tricks to tighten up those. So press E and bring that to about here. E to about here. This is, we're just tracing around the line. E, bring that to here. I'm going to take it around, so E to get the curve, press it 1, 2 or 3 times to get the curve in place. And then we've got another straightish bit, which is obviously again the wheel arch. So press E and drag it up to around about here. Again, hold the shift key for minimal movement. Press E again, E again. Keep pressing this line here. E, E. Scroll up a bit. Let's move this in just a little bit. Move that in a little bit. Because the picture's not that great, it's very difficult to see where it actually goes. But once we start modelling the car, we'll be able to see it a bit clearly. So E here. Now, this is the bumper. And this is the car line. So I'm going across the car line now. So press here, E. Press around about here. Press E. Around about here. E. E. To there. Might need one in here. We do. So press Ctrl and R in there. Just bring that out and up slightly, just to get that curvature. This one I'm going to pick up and press E, get this part, then E again, and get this part. Okay, so let's pick up this trim. Let's trim now, which is, where are we? Let's make sure, yeah, that's on the left hand side there. So press E, then E, E, and I'm repeating myself here, but you're getting the gist of this. I want this to be the best representation as it can possibly be. Then we'll use our eyes to actually tidy it all up. Make it look like a real car. E and E to about there. Now I want the same curvature all the way through with this one, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this one, press Control and pick this one, and move cursor over here, press right mouse, go to Loop Tools and choose Space. Okay, so now that should have give it a bit of, so Loop Tools now and relax. Okay, so that's give it a bit of, so it's the by using that, it's worked out the average of the line so to make the curve smoother. So from there, I'm going to press Shift and D. I'm going to move that copy over in the x-axis to about there. And then these two, I'm going to press F to join. Okay, so we've got that bit done. Okay, right, let's finish this. So we need a top fender line here. So we'll follow this line, a shadow here. I'm going to bring that up from here. I'm going to press E. I'm going to pick this line up. Press E again. Let's scroll up, get this line as accurate as we can. Okay, so press E. Keeping the spacings fairly similar. You'll see why later. E again. And then E, bring it down to here. And just keep going along the line until you reach the, here we go. So press E here. I'm going to to get the curve, I'm going to put 3 in. Marry that up to there. I'm going to select these two and press F. I've got to have a look at that a bit in better detail. Press F there. Okay, so this is what we've got so far. I want to get this shadow in, this shadow line, because that's showing the depression of the fender. So I'll press E and come up here. You know, if you've got printed blueprints, hell of a lot easier to get the lines. But what I'm showing you here is that you can actually do this on photographs of cars, and you can create your own blueprints from photographs. So this is what I'm trying to achieve here. So I'll drop that one in about there. I'll drop that in. This is just to get a rough view of how the depression. So I'm not quite happy with that. I don't think it goes quite as far over as that. Let's bring that back to there and that one back. Oops, to there. I'll bring this one back as well. So apply loop tools and relax. And if you watch that line, when I press the command, you'll see what it does to it. So loop tools, relax. It just averages everything out and gives it a better curve line. Okay. Now in essence, this will go all the way down to here. So what I'm going to do is just press E and get to that line there. Okay. So once again, go here, press loop tools and relax. Excellent. Okay, so where are we now? See, there's perspective here. So what I'm going to do is move that up to there. I'm going to trace around this line now. So E, 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 Now well, we want this thickness, but imagine that line is there. So I'm going to start the upward curve here. So I'm going to press E. Probably a bit too soon actually. What's the distance that to them? Okay, so I'm going to move these two across just slightly. Scroll up to about there. I'm going to press E. Bring this up to here. E. Bring this up to here. I'm going to round this off. Wrong way. Round it off slightly, and then I'm going to press E and move all the way across to the centre. So we need clipping on. So I'm going to enable clipping, and I'll move this on the x-axis till it joints. Right, now I'm going to do a little line here. I'm going to press tab. I'm just going to move this over, but I'll press G, move this over to the left, and that's about right. So I press Control and Z to cancel that command, and we know that's around about the right thickness. Okay, excellent. So let's tab into this. I'm going to bring this in to here and move it up a bit to there. Now I'm going to press E from here and come around to this part here. I'll press E and trace around this bit here, and then I'm going to join these two together by pressing F. This one needs to come down just a little bit. Okay, so how are we looking? Not too bad. So here, E to around about here, and then this one E to around about here. This one I'm going to grab these, and you've got it, the tools relax, which hasn't worked out with that. So I'm going to go from here to here, making sure I pick these up. Loop tools relax. Excellent. Okay, and then the same with these. Loop tools relax. Okay, so this one now and this one. I'll press Shift and D to duplicate it. Then I'm going to press Y to move it on the Y axis. I'm going to place it, put it in place around about there. And grab these two and press these two and press F. And I'll grab these two and press F. Okay, so that's first part. We can do all these bits and pieces in a while, but I want to move on with this. So I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to press E and move around this line here. E, E. I want to capture this line all the way around. So I'll do this for about 30 minutes, and then I'll do another part to this one rather than time lapse it. Right. So again, this is the middle bit. So what I want to do is press E and Y. So we want that straight as possible, and put it to about here. Then I'm going to press E and go at an angle till it locks in place there, so it gives that little detail. Okay, excellent. So we've got that. So this is what we've got so far. Now this line here, I'm going to press E and come all the way across till it joins in the centre here to get that line in. This line is pretty good around here, so what I'm going to do is press Loop Tools and relax it. I don't think that worked. Relax, okay. So I'm going to press Shift and D. I'm going to scale this one. Let's see if that works. That does to a point. So I'll press with this one, G, and bring that to, hold the Shift key to round about there. Then this line here, I'm going to press E, E again to here, and then E, X all the way across and join it there. So now we've got that line in. Okay, so it's starting to take shape now. So, I'm going to use these, so press Shift and D. I'm going to move it down to about here. That's a pretty good guess, it's a similar sort of curvature. So press E, move that to here, E again, and join it there. So I'm just going to tap this one a bit. Grab all these, and we'll Loop Tools this as well. So Loop Tools, relax. I might go around and space a lot more, get even spaces once I've created this. So this one, press E and move round here, E again, move here, E. Let's have a look, how does it look? So E, E, so I'm just going to grab these and move them over slightly. I'm not too worried about the seats, I'm sure we'll get those right. Okay, so the purpose of this, I'm just going to press E and move this down to about here. Okay, so we're going to do the steering wheel outline now, so we get to here. So this is just for art at the moment. I mean, obviously when we model the steering wheel, we're not going to use this blueprint for that. Well, I won't be anyway, but it's just to give a bit of idea where the steering wheel sits in the scheme of things. So drag that and put it there. Now obviously these are a bit out of place, so I'm going to drag that across and drag that across. Drag that up. Put another one in there, Control and R, stick one in there, and move that across to there. Okay, so let's Loop Tools this and relax it. I'm going to get this one to here, from here to here. I'm going to press Shift and D. Now I'm going to scale it in to there slightly, and move this one across, and this one across, and down. Press Control in here, Control and R in here. So we've got this. Move that on the y-axis. I'm going to get this one and press E to there, E to there. And press these two, and press F, because that's forming the line of the you see that's not very uniform, but not too worried about it. Press G. Okay, I'm not worried about that. Right, okay, so I move this up the Y, press E again, down to here, then E again to come round here. Now press E and come all the way to here. Press Control R, add a couple, just two in there, and bring that down slightly. Excellent. Now we're going to go around here, so press E, E. I mean, this isn't a very good drawing at all, but hey ho, we'll get there. Then press F to join those. Press Shift and D, bring that one across. Shift and D and bring it across. Press E and move it up to here. Then press F. Okay. So we've got that bit in. Now we need, press G twice. I'm going to just move this down to here and move it across a bit. And I'll press E and take that all the way down to the middle. Press G twice, bring that down, move that up, then press E and bring this across here. Join these two up, F, join these two up, F, press Control and R through the middle, and just get a bit of curve on that. So how's that looking? Not looking too bad, but we don't want that bit mirrored, obviously. Right, okay. So when we convert that into a mesh, when we apply, should I say, when we apply the mirror modifier, we can just go in there and delete that. But we'll leave it in there for the time being. Okay, it's not going too badly. So if I turn off the blueprints, this is what we've got so far. This is our car, and it's not looking too bad at all. So the half-hour mark's here, so I'll leave it here and come back and finish it off in the next episode. Okay, thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye.